Ooh, welcome back to Greece. Yes, we're back on the road at last after a very long Irish winter. The GS is getting new tyres for the journey ahead. I'm sitting here having a coffee, which the guys very kindly made me. And yeah, this hasn't quite hit yet. Doesn't quite seem real. So I'm just gonna let the coffee hit. Then get back on the road and I'll fill you in. Cool. All done. Now, need to get some petrol. That was super fast. Set of Metzlers was $2.60, and they fitted it for free, and they gave me coffee, which is fantastic. God, it's good to be back. It's so good to be back. Now, I'm not actually going to talk away to myself because I've got Bluetooth directions going in my ear. I'm on new tires and I'm riding on the right for the first time in a few months. And even though I'm very comfortable riding on the right and confident, it's when you are confident that it suddenly becomes easy to make mistakes. So, going to spin back to my friend's place where I'm staying, and then I'll fill you in. Will you let me in there? Good man yourself. Ah, Greece. Ah, so good to be back. Woohoo! That cost 34 quid to fill the tank, which is one of the most expensive fills I've had. Petrol is very expensive here at the moment, which is not good. Not good at all. It might look like chaos, but it works. It's organized chaos. I prefer to let the locals go ahead. Not much of a rush. I'm a bit lost. Oh no, doing good. My Greek friends that I'm staying with were telling me that this is really strong wind like this is common in the summer. But it's very early. There was, and even last night it was difficult to sleep, the wind was so bad. Yeah man, this wind is a problem. It doesn't stop. It's been like this the last 2 days. I was planning to ride to Thessaloniki tomorrow, but I might see if I can postpone it a day to see if the wind dies down, because I don't fancy doing 500 kilometers of motorway in this. I remember the worst wind I ever had was on this bike on a motorway, going from Cadiz to Sevilla, and I had my then girlfriend on the back of the bike, and it was lethal. Like, I was so happy to get off that bike. I'm happy we survived it. It was just one of the worst experiences I've ever had, trying to survive that. And then of course trying not to act scared so that the pillion wouldn't get scared. Not fun. So I don't like the wind. I'd take rain over the wind any day. Absolutely any day. At least in the rain you just get cold and uncomfortable. The wind is just dangerous. You can get tossed around. And it's so unpredictable. And then when there's trucks and cars and yeah, not fun at all. Not fun at all. Okay. Oh, actually, some bins. Unfortunately, when I left the bike in the garage for the winter, I left my gloves in the back, and now they are beyond repair. They are rotten. But anyway, these gloves are 6 years old. They have holes in them, so they were well past their expiry date. Yuck. Also gonna follow suit, some authentic nuts as opposed to those fake nuts. Ah, Jesus! Ow! Ah, the socks can be saved. They're not too bad. Empty bottle of whiskey. That's probably okay. Some more socks. Rags. Some more socks. Why are so many socks in here? Oh, here, I think. Another jar of honey. What else can go? Head torch. Okay, the rest can all be saved. Another sock. Why did I leave socks in the tank box? Oh, God. Cool. Get back to this. It's been like that for years. Don't worry about that. Hey, she's looking well now. I got these 80/20 tires on because, yeah, I expect to be doing quite a bit of gravel and dirt in Turkey, but not much off-roading, to be realistic. But yeah, I like it, so where I can and where it seems suitable to my skill level and with my luggage load, I will, for sure. Okay, we go this way and then around. Oh, I said I was going to Turkey. Well, I suppose that bit was obvious. Okay. Well, after that, I'm not going to say where. Oh, slippy tires, slippy tires, slippy tires. Whew. The tires were slipping on that. It's squeaky rubber. Now which way? No way am I going up that one. I barely made it up this one. No way. No way, no way, no way. Gonna go right here, then left instead. Even if it's one way. I am not going up this. Oh God. It's just too slippy on the new tires off-radium. Now, at last, can sit down and talk. I hope it's going to work with the wind. It is pretty blustery up here. So, where am I? I'm in Athens. There's Athens down there. But before I go into that, let's just say hello to everyone who's new here. That last video I did back in Ireland, it did surprisingly well. I didn't expect it to. I'm no closer to understanding how the YouTube algorithm works, even after 2 years of doing this, and who knows why. But yeah, no, the channel experienced a significant percentage of subscribers over the last 2 weeks, so welcome to everyone who is new. So, last year in October and November, for anyone who's new here, I spent a couple of weeks riding around Greece via Italy, and you can find all that on the channel. I recommend you go watch, not all of those videos of course, but 1 or 2 of them. They're quite nice. Some of them are nice. I particularly like episode 6, which is a silent one, going around the Mani Peninsula, and episode 11 is quite nice too. Give them a watch, But that brings me on to why I'm here. I'm shooting a travel docu-series thing. The World Through the Visor is what I'm calling it. I'm calling this season 2 because I've got notions. And yeah, season 1 was an experiment. It was learning on the move, on the go, very much assessing the feasibility of shooting a travel series on my own whilst traveling non-stop. I know a lot of motovloggers do this, travel vlogs and such, but what I'm trying to make is more of a
yeah, it's more like a TV series thing, which is why I don't edit on the road, which is why the videos were released after the trip was completed. The same will happen with season 2, which, having learned from what did and did not work from season 1, will be quite different from season 1, I hope. It will be less motovloggy style, less dominated by history, even though of course there's going to be history in it because I'm just a big nerd about that. But yeah, it's going to be a lot more shooting intensive, I reckon. I'm not going to say when that will come out because I'm not going to hold myself to anything. It will be released when it's ready and not before, because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my work, and this very much is my work. It's what I'm doing at the moment. It's what I'm using to build a portfolio of work, a body of work that I can use to push me forward into the next stage of my life, as it were. Which is why it takes time, which is why I'm obsessed over the editing of it all, and which is why videos are going to slow down, as they did when I was doing the first season. There won't be regular uploads on the channel, but there won't be nothing, because unlike what I did for season 1 where I just went off, I'm going to try and make little vlogs like this, little informal things, just talking about where I am, how the trip is going, anything I find interesting. Very low effort, because the bulk of my time will be spent shooting and traveling. But yeah, no, I will try to keep everyone updated. It is a YouTube channel after all, and apparently YouTube doesn't like when you don't upload, so you gotta play the game. But if anyone is interested in following more real time, do follow my Instagram. I will be doing the same as I did before, where I'll be posting daily. It's my road journal, it's my travel journal. I post daily uploads there about how the trip was going and anything that happens. So yeah, find the links if that's something you'd be interested in, of course. I'd be very happy to have you all along. Do feel free to send me a message. It gets pretty boring during those hours sitting in my tent on my own, so I'd be very happy to hear from everyone. And yes, I will be tenting a lot. This is very much on a shoestring budget. 3 months I have until the end of June, and then I've got to go back to Ireland to work some more, and the success of the next 3 months will very much determine whether there will be a third part to this. So fingers crossed it goes well. So following on from that, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who has supported season 1, particularly Molly and Joy and Zolian and Martina, and everyone who has supported by leaving comments and likes and feedback, which brings me on to asking for feedback. If you have watched season 1 and you have the time and you have an interest, or some remarks and observations, do send me an email. The email is in the channel description. I'd really appreciate any feedback, constructive criticism or unconstructive criticism if you're feeling so inclined and have nothing better to do. I'm all ears. Sometimes I feel like I'm just throwing paint at a wall and seeing what sticks. Sometimes I'm at a bit of a loss as to what an audience actually wants. So I'd be very curious to hear any words that you might have to offer. You can also message me on Instagram, of course, that'll work too. But yes, thank you to everyone who has supported season 1 and the channel in general. It means the world. Again, it's on a shoestring budget, but well, I'd be lying if I would say I would have it no other way, because I'd love to do this in luxury and have a crew to film me and not have to do everything myself, but that's not where we're at right now. That's where we're going, hopefully. That's the goal. For now though, it's just me, my camera, and the old trusty GS. So, enough about me personally. New tyres on the GS. I had, as you can see, my friend's place is up on a hill, and had some fun sliding the GS down a very steep incline into their garage. Yeah, so new tyres. We'll get a service done in Thessaloniki. The bike is good, thankfully. It's sound, so I'm sure it will carry me the next 3 months east. As I mentioned before, I let it slip, I am heading to Turkey. I suppose that bit was obvious though, because that is what lies east of Greece. But we will also be going beyond Turkey. I won't say where exactly, but yeah, we're heading east at last. Be the first time riding out of Europe for me, and the first time going east beyond Greece. So I'm really excited, I'm looking forward. The bike is good, my gear is okay, as you saw from the gloves. Yeah, the gear leaves a bit to be desired, but it'll do for now. Luckily, like, it's only Turkey and the eastern countries that lie beyond it, of which I shall not name. They're all, you know, safe countries for Western travellers, and, you know, very good infrastructure. So I'm not worried about gear. What I have will do the job fine until we get to the destination for this leg of the trip. I'm feeling positive about it. I'm feeling motivated. Filming a docu-series it's quite a bit of work, and I'm not quite sure where to start. Starting is always the hardest. But I know once I get the first episode or two formed in my head, the rest will fall into shape fairly quickly after that. The last 3 months, as I said, have been really good. I feel rested, I feel fit and healthy, thank God, and energized. So, I think that's all there is really to say. I think that's it. Just going to hit the road tomorrow and see what comes. Thanks everyone who is new here. Thanks everyone who is not new here. Do follow along if it's something you're interested in. I'd love to have you. What makes part of this whole experience so enjoyable is being able to share it. And I don't just say that because I'm trying to be an influencer or whatnot. I'm not trying to be an influencer. If anything, I'm trying to be an anti-influencer. And the channel is very small, but I do love getting messages and getting feedback on, well, feedback and comments on YouTube is, I mean, it is what it is, but particularly messages on Instagram in real time. And I love talking about the places that I am in, and I love showing them and nerding out over history and food. So yeah, it does mean a lot. I feel like I have 1,000 and 1,200 people on the back of the bike with me sometimes. Little people, obviously, very small people, all stacked on the pillion seat. Cool, I think that's all there's left to say. I'm going to go now and upload this video. Today is Friday, so yeah, hope you all have a good weekend, and we shall see you very soon. I don't know where, I don't know when, but soon. Alright guys, thanks very much, and ciao ciao.